This is my lab demonstration for lab 1, configuring network load balancing. In this lab, we will be performing 6 exercises. The first is installing the network load balancing feature. Another is creating a Windows Server NLB cluster. Third is configuring DNS. Fourth is configuring cluster properties. Fifth is managing the cluster nodes. And sixth and the last one is removing the NLB clusters. So moving on to the first exercise, 1.1. Here we are going to install network load balancing feature through add roles and features. But before that, we need to add one Ethernet interface on both the machines, server 1 and server 2, and set the given IP address. And after that, we need to add roles and features for network load balancing. So as you can see, this is my server 01 machine, which is connected to my domain RWDC. And I also added another interface card over here, and I renamed it to cluster, and I allocated the given IP address in the document. So I have two interfaces over here. I have also installed network load balancing. As you can see, I can see network load balancing manager over here. Let's go to server 02. As you can see, I have also added two interfaces over here. This is my default one, which we use to connect to the domain, and this is the another one, which we configured for this lab. I have also installed network load balancing manager over here. Moving on to the exercise 1.2. Here we will be creating a new Windows Server 2012 NLB cluster on our server 01 machine using server manager, and then we will be loading a host on it, adding a host for server 01, and then we'll configure these IPs given, and after that we'll be adding the second node, which will be our server 02 machine. I have already done it, so let me show you. So this is my server 01 machine, and as you can see, I've already added a new cluster, and which is also pointed to my DNS web.senecaid.com. This is my first node, server 01 cluster, which is the interface name I edited in the first exercise. This is the given IPs and subnets. As you can see, the host priority default is 1, for this is 2, according to the uh, host added, and both the hosts are converged. So the next exercise is 1.3, configuring DNS. So here we'll be adding two DNS records. One is A and one is C name to point to the NLB cluster, which we created in the last exercise. I have already created. So mm, let's go to, this is my RWDC machine, tools. This is my DNS manager on RWDC machine. As you can see, this is my forward lookup zone. I've configured C name record and A name record. This is my IP for the cluster which we have created, and this is our FQDN. I have also configured two forward lookup zones, two reverse lookup zones, one for my 128 network ID and one for my dot one network ID. So the next exercise is configuring cluster properties. In this exercise, we'll be creating two port rules to allow TCP and UDP ports, uh, which is 80 and 443. And we will be also removing the default range of ports that were added when we created the cluster. I have already run it. So we'll write, this is, as you can see, this is my server 01 machine on which we created the cluster. Here are my two servers, both are converged and ready to work. I'll click my web.sunnyguided.com and go to cluster properties and go to port rules. As you can see, I have added two port rules, which starts from 80 and end to 80, and the other also starts from 443 and ends to 443. The first one is HTTP port 80 and port 443 is HTTPS. And I have also removed the default range of ports that were given here. As you can see, both are also converged. Okay, this is pending. Let me refresh. Okay, so as you can see, the port rules are added and both the servers are also cluster. Both the servers are also converged. As you can see, this is my server 01 machine. The next exercise 1.5, which is managing the cluster nodes. So here we will be stopping, drain stopping and starting the nodes until it enables again. So this is just for maintenance purpose. So first we will be going on server 1, right clicking on it, control host and click drain stop. Then we will observe it. Then we'll click on web.sunnyguided.com, right click on server 1, start, stop, start until it enables again. So let's move on and go here, control host, do drain stop. So as you can see, if I do drain stop, it will do a graceful stop on all the servers inside my cluster. If I right click over here, control host, start, it will start converging it again to make it usable. As you can see, those servers went to inside pending state and then change to converge, which shows that we were able to successfully control it and start them again. Let's go to control host again, click stop. This will stop all the servers inside my cluster. Now let's start it again. As you can see, the status has changed again and it started to converge the servers. Finally, both the servers are changed to converged mode and are green, which shows that the servers inside my cluster are ready to use. So let's move on to the last exercise of this lab, which is removing the NLP cluster. So basically we will be removing the cluster which we created in the first exercise, and then later we will be removing the roles and features for network load balancing. I have already done it. So as you can see, this is my server 01 machine, and in tools there is no network load balancing. I have already removed it and restarted my machine. The same goes for server 2. I have already removed the network load balancing manager roles and features and restarted my machine, and you can see there is no network load balancing in my tools. So thank you for watching my video. This was my lab presentation for lab 1.